Social media isn't real life. We see this time and time again. When we look around and realize the narrative that we're hearing about on X or Facebook isn't quite accurate. But then again, sometimes it is.
All right. There are too many threads about bitching about the new Zelda. So I'm going to consolidate them all into one big thread so that maybe this board could regain some order.
Next guy to Nintendo. But even I know when they have made a mistake. I saw the screenshot at Nintendo Box, and from what I saw, it sucks, guys.
Why does
the people on the other side of an issue on social media, you may often think are acting like jerks, but they're also having genuine reactions to whatever, quite frankly, trash opinion you're shooting your mouth off about. The people you know in real life aren't that mean. They don't tell you to die in a fire, but maybe that's because they actually have to see you on the regular. They know you, and they know that you're more than just your trash opinions. And you know them. Do you hold back on your trash opinions sometimes to keep those people from turning on you? Maybe you should just stop. Quit posting, quit replying, just get off the internet. Yeah, right. The internet has managed to connect everyone, and for better or worse, they aren't going to stop connecting with each other. The energy in our compulsion to yell at each other and complain about stuff on the internet has been the foundation of a few billion-dollar businesses. One of those businesses is Reddit, which IPO'd back in March to a valuation of nearly $10 billion. I like Reddit, and I want to take a look at the company's stock as an investment, but we can't talk about Reddit without talking about Facebook first. Zuckerberg didn't invent social media, but he did perfect it as a business. By the time the company went public in 2012, they already had $5 billion in revenue, consistent profitability, and more than 1 billion active users. The IPO raised $16 billion in working capital for Facebook and valued the company around $82 billion. 12 years later, with a market cap of $500 billion, that looks pretty cheap and sets the gold standard example for what's possible in the social media equities business. To say that Facebook took media over isn't an overstatement. It methodically killed off newspapers, starving them of ad revenue on both the regional and national levels. Part of that was that Facebook made it easier for advertisers to target their audiences and engage with them, but mostly it just had everyone's attention. In 2012, pretty much everyone logged into Facebook every day because for the first time ever, the internet was hyper-personalized. Your feed was an endless scroll of people you knew, and also stuff you cared about. When the company went public in 2012, Facebook had 570 million daily active users and 990 million monthly active users. It's grown them steadily since then. Crucially, from the street's perspective, they've also managed to make those users pay. Facebook had about $5 per monthly active user in revenue in 2012. Since then, they've grown to nearly $45 per active monthly user in 2023. Facebook makes so much money for Meta so consistently that they basically can try to break into whatever they want, fail spectacularly, and not really lose a step. So Facebook built their business selling us our own interpersonal relationships and vanity. But Reddit is selling us our own topical interests. The content on Reddit is driven more by user interest than social interaction. Users are anonymous for the most part, and for the most part, who they are doesn't really matter. It's got the same kind of feel that Twitter had back when Twitter was actually good. So on Reddit, people are posting about stuff they like in forums organized by subject. New subreddits pop up whenever there's something enough people are interested in. This kind of format has been around since the early days of the internet. But Reddit has managed to gather all of that interest-based posting energy into one enormous scalable system where it can feed off of itself. Blogs and news outlets consistently run stories that are just reposted Reddit threads because it's either that or go and do some actual reporting. And to be perfectly frank, reporting is expensive. What Reddit users do isn't conventional reporting exactly, at least not all the time. It's certainly opinion writing, and most of it is better and more fun to read than the opinion columns at conventional news outlets. Whatever it is, people want to read it, and Reddit generates so much of it that there is enough spillover to sustain scavenger media like BlogTO because posters post. The trick is making it all pay off. Facebook was already turning a profit when they went public in 2012. Today, Reddit loses money, but that's not going to matter much longer as long as they continue to grow their user base and revenue. Reddit presently has about 300 million weekly active, what they call uniques, and 82 million daily active uniques. 300 million users sounds like a lot, but it's only about 1/3 of the users Facebook had in 2012 and about 1/10 of the 3 billion users Facebook has today. There is plenty of room for growth. In 2023, Reddit generated an average of $12.31 in revenue per daily active unique. A quick and dirty look at the company's revenue divided by the daily user numbers puts Reddit right about where Facebook was in 2012. Both Facebook and Reddit are using metrics of their own design when it comes to tracking their users, and then they're correlating them to revenue. There's only so much we can do to make them similar enough to compare, so this is just a rough idea. The most notable difference is that Facebook counts people who have used its Messenger product in the past day or month as daily or monthly active users, as long as they have a Facebook account, no matter whether they're logged into it during the period or not. There's no telling how many of those Facebook users are only using Messenger, but it's fair to say that some chunk of Facebook's domain is in peer-to-peer communication and group messaging. Okay, when it comes to pure posting, that's posting to let the world know, either the smallish world of people who care about the same manga comics you do, or the whole entire world, there's a good case to make that Reddit is king. Posting isn't just something people like to do. It's something that they're compelled to do. We've been doing it since before Facebook, before Usenet, before the internet. Martin Luther was the original poster. He posted so hard the mods couldn't contain him. He managed to split Christianity up into a few dozen different subreddits. Posting feeds off of itself because nobody who thinks they have something good and original to say wants to post it anywhere other than the place it will be seen by the most people. Now that Reddit has developed a critical mass, it's hard to imagine them losing significant traction to any competitor. As terrible as the Elon-era Twitter is, none of the competitors have even managed to make a dent in Twitter. Not even Meta-backed Threads or Blue Sky run by Twitter OG Jack Dorsey himself. Fundamentally, an investment in Reddit is an investment in the company's ability to keep growing that human posting energy and have it pay off. Advertising is the main revenue channel, and since Reddit deals in unique views, that isn't going to change anytime soon. The company talks about expanding advertising to more and larger sectors and companies and getting more out of the advertisers than they've already got, all of which seem like reasonable goals. Reddit is also working on new AI-based market optimization and ad sales tools, which sounds like something that's a bit outside of their core competency. It might just be buzzwords and bandwagon jumping. I don't expect much out of this. But we should note that user tracking and automation is eventually what soured users on Facebook as a posting forum. Reddit's place in AI, now and in the near future, has more to do with input. Large language models like ChatGPT are effectively machines that filter and organize human-generated data, then use it to respond to prompts that users give when they're, say, writing a blog or a post. Reddit is the perfect collection of data for those models to learn from, and it's constantly generating new topical data by leveraging their users' compulsion. Reddit was already generating some of their revenue by selling that data when they went public. In March, the company's S1 said they had contracts that will book $66 million in revenue from data licensing in 2024 and over $200 million from data licensing over the next 3 years. And just this past week, Reddit announced a deal with ChatGPT that Piper Sandler estimates to be worth another $50 to $60 million per year. If we project that Reddit will earn as much in 2024 as they did in 2023, plus $66 million from data licensing deals and another $50 million from this new deal with ChatGPT, that's about 15% of their revenue from data licensing. Depending on what you think about the growth potential in AI and large language model AI in particular, Reddit might be looking at significant revenue growth in a segment beyond advertising. And that's something no social network has ever had. If there's one thing Reddit doesn't lack as a stock, it's exposure. After the IPO, the people who post and moderate Reddit got vocally angry about the fact that Reddit CEO Steve Huffman banked $193 million in options and bonuses by building a company around the work they've been doing for free. A plan to allow them to buy shares ahead of the IPO wasn't as popular as management may have hoped. But getting pissed off is pretty on brand for Reddit users. The ChatGPT deal woke up the market to Reddit. Ever since, they've been doing some pretty big volume and their share price is now above the IPO price. But we aren't interested in the day-to-day. A bet on Reddit is a bet on a growth stock. It's a bet that this company is going to continue to be the top interest-based forum on the internet and that more people are going to post about more stuff and read each other's posts. It's a bet that the company is going to be able to squeeze more money out of advertisers who want to get a hold of those people without driving them away. And it's also a bet that the AI industry is going to continue to grow, continue to need user-generated data, and continue to pay for it. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. By the way, nothing I say here is intended to be investment advice. I'm just talking about this for discussion purposes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you like Reddit as a stock? Are you long? Why do you like it? Why do you not like it? Let me know, guys. Thanks for watching.